Hi, I'm Jeff, and you're here. Before we get started, Black Lives do have and will always matter. There'll be links in the description for you to check out. And as always, just remember it is our responsibility to protect Black women every single day, period. Every month I tell myself, there's probably not going to be no haul this month because I'm really not trying to buy any books. And every month, there's a haul. Every month. I don't know why I set myself up for such failure. But anyway, it's Christmas time, so it just makes sense. Let's go. Alright, y'all, I don't know what happened. It went from 5 books to 6 books to 10 books. Now we got 17. Let's talk about them. First, we have Kingdom of Souls by Rena Barron. This book is about a young girl named Ara who longs for magic of her own, but she can't read the bones, she can't see the future, she can't call upon the ancestors, and being in a family of powerful witch doctors, her mama is just looking at her with such disdain, child. She goes into town and she trades years of her life for a taste of magic without knowing how many years each ritual will take. She never thought that she would, succumb to this. She just thought she was just going to be okay with not having powers. But the children in the kingdom start disappearing. She wants to figure out where the children are, what's going on. So she makes a deal so she can get herself a little bit of magic. She discovers the Demon King. And this cover, first of all, period, this is so beautiful. And I cannot wait to get into it. Next, we have Serpent and Dove by Shelby Marin. Is that how you say it? Mahurin? This actually was gifted to me by the Princess Duh. I have been looking for this book. Like, I spent all 2020 looking for this book. I promise you I did. I couldn't find it nowhere. I couldn't find it at Barnes & Noble A. I couldn't find it at Barnes & Noble B. I couldn't find it at Target. And she was reading it and I put it on her Instagram story and I was like, oh my gosh, girl, I'm so jealous because I've been looking for this book. And she was like, how you don't have it yet? And she ordered it for me. And thank you, girl. I am so grateful. This cover is fantastic. I'm so excited. So this is, y'all probably heard about this book. I'm so sorry. Y'all know I be tardy for the party and I'm so sorry, y'all. So this is about Louise LeBlanc, who fled her coven and took shelter in the city of Cesarine, forsaking all magic and living on what she could steal. But where she ended up, witches like her, they're hunted and killed and burned. So now there's Reed Diggory, who's lived his life by one principle: thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. His path was never meant to cross with Luz, but a wicked stunt forces them into an impossible union, holy matrimony. The war between witches and church is an ancient one, and Luz's most dangerous enemies bring a fate worse than fire. So, y'all, this is giving me enemies to lovers, and I'm so excited to have this, y'all. Like, oh my gosh, Princess, I will never stop saying thank you. Speaking of Serpent and Dove, we have the second one, Blood and Honey. I haven't read Serpent and Dove yet, but I already know that's literally a 5 out of 5 prediction for me once I get to it. So I just picked up the second one. The second one was at Target. It was at Target for so long, and I finally picked it up. Ooh. Next, we have Nevernight by J. Kristoff. This is about a woman who gains entry to a school of assassins. She's seeking vengeance against the powers that destroyed her family. She wanders into a city built from the bones of a dead god. If she survives to initiation, she'll be inducted among the chosen of the Lady of Blessed Murder and be one step closer to the one thing she desires: revenge. Hell hath no fury than what? A woman scorned, okay? And she's scorned. Period. I'm just gonna finna get all the books. Even if I don't read this yet, I'm just finna get all of them. That's it. Next we have Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. I actually, you want to know something? I was trying to avoid this book. I really was. This is about Gu Mi-young. She is a nine-tailed fox. She meets Ji-hoon. Child. Y'all watch 90 Day Fiancé? Then y'all know where that child is from. He's a handsome human boy being attacked by a goblin. She saves him, violating her mother's rules and survival. Actually, the main reason I picked this up, who was talking about this? Mina Reeves, right? Next, we have Karen McManus's The Cousins. I literally think I have every Karen McManus book. The only one I don't have is... The only Karen McManus book I don't have is Two Can Play That Game. So, y'all already know I had to pick this up. This book is about Millie. That's a Millie child. Millie, Aubrey, and Jonah. They are cousins who don't know each other. They've never met their grandmother. She disinherited their parents before they were born. But then they each get a letter inviting them to work at her island resort. And they're like, okay. But when the cousins arrive on the island, it's immediately clear she has different plans for them. And the longer they stay, the more they realize how mysterious and dark their family's past is. And it's something about a cryptic blurb that will get me each and every time. This is Piece of My Heart by Mary Higgins Clark and Alifair Burke. So this is about Lori Moraine and her fiance Alex Buckley. He is the former host of a show. Alex's 7-year-old son vanishes from the beach and his skimboard washes up to shore later that day, but he's not on it. Now we have White Ivy by Susie Yang. First of all, look at the inside. Do y'all see this? Beautiful. So this book is about Chinese immigrant Ivy Lin. She grows up in a low-income apartment complex in Massachusetts. She develops a crush on the golden boy, Gideon Speyer. So now Ivy develops a taste for wealth, okay? She bumps into Gideon's sister. Ivy thinks it's destiny. So then now Gideon and Ivy start dating. Ivy soon has a foot in two vastly different worlds. Which will she choose? And of course, this is another book with Chinese representation. Next, we have The Strangers by Margaret Peterson Haddix. Didn't she write? She wrote some children's book series that I really liked. Let me read the back. This is about the Greystone kids, Chess, Emma, and Finn. Reports of 3 kidnapped children reach these siblings and they're shocked by the similarities between them and these strangers. They have the same first and middle names, they're the same age, they have same birthdays. It says, as twists of truth are revealed, it's clear that Mrs. Greystone is in danger and the kids must learn to embrace their identities, flaws and all, to save her. But how can they bring their mom home when they're not sure where home is anymore? What is this giving me? This is giving me the Upside Down. This is giving me parallel universe. Like, I am a firm believer that, like, in parallel universes, and I still have that thought, and this book only proves that I'm not the only one who thinks like that. No, I'm not the only one. Period. Next we have Transcendent Kingdom by Yagayasi. This book, I held off on buying this book for so long. I went the whole year without picking this book up. The whole year. Like, I saw this book at every turn and I practiced so much restraint. And it was all for naught because here it is right here. So this book is a follow-up to Homegoing. I haven't read Homegoing yet, but that's okay. I have it, so I will read it. This is a follow-up to Homegoing, and Homegoing is basically a story about this Ghanaian family in the contemporary South, and it's a story of race in America. And that's all I have for you for this, because this is a sequel and I haven't read Homegoing yet, so I don't want to say too much about this book for fear of spoilers, honey. So another book club book is Emmanuel Acho's Uncomfortable Conversations with a Black Man. He is fine. Oh my gosh. Sorry, y'all see how? Support your Black male authors is all I gotta say. Period. So he just takes his experiences with race and racism and just kind of sits there and has conversation. And yes, it might be a little uncomfortable, but we finna talk about it, and that's on period. And that's what he did. This will be a book club book. I'm not sure what month yet, but next we have His Only Wife by Peace Adzo. Oh, Jésus, back on no. Peace Adzomedi. This book is about Afi Tapukle. She's a seamstress in Ghana. She's smart, pretty, and her mom convinced her to marry a man she doesn't know. She knows him, but she don't know him, you know. So they get married. They move to Accra, the capital. He has money. He's living his best life. She does nothing but cook meals for a man who may or may not show up to eat them. Now imagine cooking up for a man and he's not gonna show up. Now the food cold. Do you know how many hungry people are in the world? She agreed to this marriage in order to give her mother the financial security she needs, so she must see it through. You know what this is giving me? This is giving me Kate Chopin's The Awakening, but in Africa. I'm making this face because it's the fact that I am deciding to put myself through more toxicity with this man, Riley Sager. This is Lock Every Door. This book is about Jules Larson, who replies to this ad to become an apartment sitter at Bartholomew, which is one of Manhattan's most famous and secretive buildings. She's like, okay, cool. We finna, you know, it's extravagant. She thinking she finna get a break. It's in Manhattan, a big bustling city. She thinks it's a new start, right? Girl, a fellow apartment sitter goes missing, honey child. And she like, wait. So now she begins to suspect dark forces at work behind the Bartholomew's glorious facade. Jeffrey,
can you even read? Golly.
Digging deeper into the building's past, Jules soon realizes that the Bartholomew is more dangerous than she thought, and that escape may be impossible. He been killing it. He been killing it for me. Period. Just like he be killing these characters. Let's just move on. Next we have A Sky Beyond the Storm. This, first of all, cover is fantastic. This is the 4th book to the Ember and the Ashes series. Is this the final book? Is this a saga? Is there no more after this? I can't even read the inside because I haven't read any of the other ones. But I have all 3. The one thing that bothers me though is that I don't have this copy of Ember and the Ashes. I have the old copy, like the building outline, A Torch Against the Night, in the old version, like the blue frosty building. And then in A Reaper at the Gate, I have the one with the people. And now A Sky Beyond the Storm, I have with the people. So that probably means I pretty soon will repurchase Ember and the Ashes and A Torch Against the Night with the appropriate hardback cover, just because continuity. I'm just gonna blame consumerism. It's not my fault that I gotta rebuy the books with the right covers. Argue with your mama's not me. Another book club book I have is Frederick Joseph's The Black Friend on Being a Better White Person. This features conversations with Angie Thomas, Naima Shah Crane, April Rain, Africa Miranda, Rabia Chaudhry, Georgie Oliveris, Tony Adelene, Daniela Alvarez, Jesse Daniels, Joel Leon, Jamele Hill, Jamira Burley, Syra Rao, and Terrell Alvin McCraney. So it says Frederick Joseph calls up race-related anecdotes from his past, explaining why they were hurtful and how he might handle things now. Each chapter features the voice of at least one artist or activist, touching on everything from cultural appropriation to reverse racism to white privilege. This book serves a conversation as a conversation starter, toolkit, and invaluable window into the life of a former token black kid who now offers himself as the friend many readers need. As a former token black kid myself, I think this book definitely will help facilitate the conversation of race in America, which is all Nougats and Novels is about. So yeah, stay tuned for more information about this book. It's short, and February is a short month, so this probably will be the February book club book, but don't quote me. Next, we have Toni Morrison's The Bluest Eye. Yeah, I know I love me some Toni Morrison. I read some of her essays on my own, and of course, Professor Brown, my advisor, as well as the professor I had for most of my upper division classes, she made it a point for us to read Toni Morrison and a lot of black women voices. So I picked this up. Not sure if this is going to be a book club book yet, or if this is just the book that I would read by myself, but this is about Pecola Breedlove. She's a young black girl, praised every day for beauty. She is dark skin, curly hair, brown eyes. She yearns for blonde hair and blue eyes. She believes that that will allow her to fit in. As her dreams grow more fervent, her life slowly starts to disintegrate in the face of adversity and strife. This is a brilliant examination of our obsession with beauty and conformity. Toni Morrison's virtuosic first novel asks powerful questions about race, class, and gender with the subtlety and grace that have always characterized her writing. I love me some Toni Morrison. I'm really excited to read this. Next, I have Lisa Unger's Confession on the 745. This is about, okay, so Selena gets on a train every day. The train makes a stop. It picks up this lady named Martha. Martha's just talking and tells Selena that she's having an affair with her boss. And so Selena's like, yo, I think my husband is having an affair with the nanny. So what's really gooey? Like, we both going through it, child. So they talking, these strangers are talking and giving each other, you know, they personal business. I guess sometimes it's better to talk to strangers than your friends, because you just need somebody to listen to you, I guess, honey child. A few days later, Selena's nanny disappears, and she's like, why she disappeared? Where'd she go? Well, girl, she don't know where she went because she disappeared. Her marriage starts breaking apart, and now she starts wondering who Martha really is, because she was like, oh my God, because the only person who would be mad at her is me, and I didn't do nothing. The only person who I shared my suspicions with was Martha, and I can't find Martha no more. So now we gotta find Martha. We gotta find a nanny. We gotta save her marriage. Girl, who gonna cut me a check for everything I gotta do in this damn book? I hope my mama don't watch this video. This her cup.
She was like, girl, you gonna steal this cup. Don't steal the cup. And I told her I wasn't gonna steal the cup, but look at the cup stolen.
Lastly, we have How the King of Elf Fame Learned to Hate Stories by Holly Black. This is, let me sit back, baby. This is like the prequel to The Cruel Prince. There, I was just flipping through it, and the artwork is beautiful. Look at this front page, child. But yeah, it has art for the chapters. What I was listening to in The Cruel Prince, that don't sound child, period. Okay,
Girl, we got 6 days left. Don't buy nothing else. Okay? Okay.
Anyway, that's all I have for y'all for today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I have to go because I have more books to read. But as always, I will see you seeing me in the next one. Bye.